my life was a screaming mess. Yes, my son had just committed suicide, but that was the tip of the iceberg of what lied underneath that was it was dramatic. And I'll explain a little bit about where I was at that point. But I just want to share the third aspect of that night. And nobody slept that night, but everyone did lie down in their beds. The next day, when I got out of bed, I grabbed a spiral bound folder and I just started to write out what I was grateful for. Now, again, a strange thing to do when you're in that state, but what I did know as a woman of faith, that giving thanks was something that could help me move forward. So I just started writing out everything I was thankful for. And that has now a process that I do every day, have done since he passed away. But the reason why is because that frequency of gratitude is 540 hertz, is high. And then that'll allow you to move forward. Now, some days have not been amazing. And one day, all I had written on the sheet was the sun was shining. You know, like it's not every day's been amazing, but at least I found something to be grateful for every day, and it's a process that I do. I do gratitude in lots of different ways. So those three things are very important factors. The forgiveness, listeners, who do you need to forgive? And is it yourself? Is it your parents? Is it a sibling? Like, who do you need to forgive? And number two, like, what decision do you need to make? And decision is really powerful. Decision means to cut off and kill. That's what it means. The word decide means cut off and kill. You think suicide, pesticide, side means to kill, and die means to cut. So cut off and kill other options. I made a decision to have a life that would thrive. Didn't know what it would look like, didn't know how to get there, but I made the decision. What decisions do your listeners need to make to live a different life? And then raising your frequency with that gratitude. So they're the three things that got me to where I am now, and then through that I've discovered the shift process, which is my 5 steps that got me here. But very, very powerful, those three things.
I know you're doing some work in the area, so in a not-for-profit space as a vice president working with an organisation. Do you want to share with us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so, the bits and pieces of my story that I didn't share is I've also been privy to not only family violence, but also domestic violence in all of its shades and variations. And one of the things that I wrote down is that I want to make a difference in that space. I was still living that space, so I didn't know exactly what it was going to look like. But making the decision allowed me to then be at a different frequency and attract the right people into my proximity. That meant the perfect series of events happened. And in 2018, we started Healing Through Love. And so this was someone else's birth chart, like someone else's idea, but I was in the right place at the right time to hold hands and do it together. So you don't have to be the person that starts this. You just have to make the decision, and then you'll get the right proximity. And so together with a very small group of women, we started Healing Through Love. And what it is we get wellness practitioners. So, and they can be, it can be chakra aligning, it can be bars, it can be people that do facials, hairdressing, makeup, any type of wellness activity. And we get 25 or so of them together, and we provide a pamper day for survivors of family and domestic violence. So think day spa on steroids, basically. It's free for them. We also have a little op shop where they can do some shopping, and it's just a beautiful opportunity for women to pay it forward to women. And most of the women that are our practitioners have got a personal story or in their proximity a story, and they just want to make a difference. So they donate their time for the day. And up until last year, it was just held here in Adelaide. And then last year I got a message, think bigger. I'm like, what do you mean think bigger? What, have bigger events? No, think bigger. I'm like, I'm still having this conversation. And then, global. Yes. Okay. So then 2023, we started taking this concept globally and have now connected with women all over the world and have taught them how to run these wellness days, these pamper days in their own proximity. So we're teaching them leadership skills, we're teaching them management skills, we're teaching them how to expand their own digital footprint, we're helping them with their business, and they are in turn helping other women with theirs and holding the space for more women who are going through the healing process.